Hello, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. So, for those who are new, welcome, welcome. I'm Spacey Bottletelli. I'm a Gadgeteer Bat and a game developer, and I've been making a little hololive fan game the past few weeks. And a lot of changes and additions since my last dev stream, and I'm looking forward to sharing them, and along with my dev tips and tricks as usual. Hello Nat, Grace Stripe, Ann, Louise, Alex, Rob, Big Ninja. Welcome everybody. So the most notable change is that I have actually finished the boss fight. So what do you say we start with that? Okay. Also, I'm not playing music because I actually have music in the game now. But I have a toggle for it to turn it off once I'm actually ready to start working. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna take Sippy first. I forgot to hydrate. Okay, good stuff. Okay, so for now, I put the boss arena in its own little stage. This is what the Sanctum level looks like now. I changed the browns and the teal floor because I didn't like the way that the warm colors clashed with like the cooler greens. So I decided to make it like purple and yellow. I think that's more striking. Yeah. Okay. Oh, also there are cutscenes. I made a little intro cutscene for the boss too. Oh, also there is dialogue now. Dialogue boxes are implemented. That was easy. Guess I'm just that good. I don't suppose you'd be willing to trade for that gear. A simple no would have been fine. Come on, Crony, you can do this. Awesome. So yeah, there's a lot going on in this scene, and I can't wait to go over it with y'all. Let me put some background music back on. Oh, it's Purpose. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Well, let me check my volume levels real quick. Okay. Thank you. Let me turn this down to ambient levels. Alright, so that is my first boss fight. This is the scene that I use for it. I just named him Armored Rangoon because I was thinking about Crab Rangoon when I was coding him. It's been a while. All right, so he's built up of a lot of parts. You see that I have the root here. I always give my bosses a root node with nothing. It's not like a visual thing. It's like a container for all of the pieces. And that way, during the animations, I can actually like move the whole body up and down without having to move individual pieces. So we have parts for like each individual leg has like 5 parts to it. There's a shoulder. There's like this leg part right here. The knee. The thigh, I guess, or calf, and then like the main leg. Like the big shield thing. Every single leg has one of those. The tail is also made up of multiple pieces. There's the base right here, and then each individual like segment of the spine. And then there's the back head. And the cannon is separate. So I can actually like do like a separate reloading animation, and then we also have the chain, which kind of like wobbles back and forth. Godot has a skew property that makes that very easy, so that was really cool. Did I do the art too? Oh, yes, I did. Yeah, with the exception of some of the sound effects in this project, everything has been done completely by myself so far. For those who don't know what a crab rangoon is, it's a wonton wrapper that's been fried, containing shredded crab and cream cheese. Yeah, it's exactly. Oh, it's so good. Oh, yeah, Alex, I hope you're healing well. It sounds like you are, so I hope it isn't too much longer before you're able to, like, dance your heart away. Because I know that's been kind of a thing you've been wanting to do since you started recovering. This is Godot. Yes, Burbis, this is Godot. Godot 4 specifically. I'm having a lot of fun with it. This is technically my first Godot project. We have a couple more projects in Godot, but they are like NDA so far, so. Love you, Spacey. Love you too, Alex. Okay, so also attached to the cannon is a beam object. That's what handles like the visuals of the beam attack. And I've attached an area 2D to it that determines what actually hits the player. This is like a sprite combined with a particle system. And at first it's invisible, but through the animation player, you can actually like turn on. I do something similar with the head. I have a separate sprite for the head when the boss is roaring. And what that does is that it causes the roar wind effect to emit. And there is also a hitbox for the roar, which determines like where exactly the player needs to be in order to be pushed back by it. The roar effect. Thank you, Alex. I'm gonna recycle that effect for that fan enemy that I showed off last dev stream. Okay, and also there is a visual for the energy ball that it charges. This is exactly the same sprite as the projectile that it actually fires, but once it spawns the projectile, then I hide this. So that way, while it's charging the energy ball, it won't hurt the player. And yeah, that's it for the pieces. And Godot's animation player is very versatile. I really liked working with it. I use it not only for like boss animations, but also for the cutscene that you all saw. The cutscene's an interesting case though. Okay, so every animation player has a reset state, which returns all of the parts to their original position. But like there's like a default idle animation. We have the back roar, which is for the flamethrower attack. We have the cannon. There you go. Yeah. So he kind of like crouches down a bit, charges it, and during the charge animation, I resized the beam so that it just looks like a laser sight. That way the player could tell in advance. Like, for especially powerful attacks, you want there to be some kind of like obvious tell. Oh yeah, for now as a placeholder, I'm using the same jumping sound as Torque. But I will change that later. Energy, okay, this is the energy ball charging. And the moment where it disappears there is where the ball actually spawns in game. Insane to see the amount of work behind it. Thank you, Kirion. Also, welcome. I hope you're doing well. Okay, and like you can see, like even in this animation, I'm gonna pull this up real quick. This is a list of all the pieces that I'm animating in this specific animation. I'm like individually animating like the different parts of the spine and like the individual leg pieces. It's it looks like a lot, but like it's surprisingly like chill and zen when I'm actually like putting everything together. Brain is melting, space here too cool. Thank you. Yeah, modern game engines. Is that pen a slightly modified Wacom drawing pen? Yeah, it is. I'm not actually using a pen IRL, I'm using a mouse. But this way I can use it as kind of a pointer, so that y'all can tell what I'm focusing on. Hit animation is basically when the boss is defeated, but before it crashes to the ground. And this is the actual KO animation. So it just kind of sits there and blows up. Okay, we have a jump animation. I should reset first, hold on. Because not every animation has properties for every node, so I have to reset first. Okay, so here's the jump animation. Pretty simple. Landing animation also very useful to have. You just kind of like bends downward. My hand's in the way. Oh, sorry about that. I'll move it up here so you can see better. Yeah, so that plays when the boss lands on the ground, and then it causes like a little shockwave. Roar. Okay, I'll move this over here. Yeah. I like how that turned out. Let's see. And then running, it's this animation's unused, but my thinking was that I would like accelerate the speed at which this plays, and the boss would chase you down if you're too far away from it. I'm actually thinking, like, you know, in that hallway where you have to destroy those doors before you reach the boss, I was thinking maybe like it'd be fun to have two different ways to defeat the boss. One would be to fight it directly, and the other would be to kind of like lead it to a spike pit that's earlier in the level, and then it would just kind of like be destroyed immediately when it falls into it. Would I be down for streaming one of the Jet Set Radio games to hype up more Cyberpunk? If I can figure out a way to get like original Xbox games to work on my PC, that would be pretty neat. But otherwise, I have no problem just going into it without playing any Jet Set Radio games beforehand, because it is its own thing, kind of technically. But yeah, I'm so excited for Bomber Cyberpunk next week. I'm gonna play it day one. It's gonna be on a Friday. Oh, sorry, links are not working for non-mods, so I'll put a link to the Godot website on my end. Hold on. Okay, so this is the... Oh, thank you, Alex. Yeah, Alex posted the link to Godot Engine. It is a free software, completely free and open source. So it has my respect for that, and it's also like picking up a lot of steam lately. Like they have something like 300 people working on it and like contributing regularly to the updates. So that's really cool. It's catching up very quickly to Unity. I don't think it's quite there yet, but it will be in the future, I think. And of course we have the walking animation. I really like how this one works. I liked it enough that I actually like shared it on social media last week. But like the way that the chain like bobs around when the boss walks is just like so cool. Okay, so this animation is also unused. It's just where he walks backwards instead. Because I was thinking that like the boss wouldn't actually turn around early on, and depending on the direction that it's facing, it would use a different attack. But I decided against that in the end. Okay, so thank you for that, Pat San. So nice. All right, so I'm gonna hide the cutscene and show this just so I can kind of visualize for y'all. So you remember the icicle attack where like its beam actually spawns icicles that drop down? I'm gonna go back in the fight and then kind of like explain things. Well, hold on a second. I think I have another test scene that has just the boss fight, so I don't have to go through the cutscene stuff first. Oh, it's not that one. It's that one. Okay. So let me go to scene select menu. This is where I spawn all the scenes that are used. So I'm gonna swap the test scene out with this other test scene. Okay. So this is what I was using before I put the whole like level together, just to test them out. Okay, so this attack, originally I had it so that instead of having like hundreds of icicles fall down, there were only a few, like, and they were spaced out more, so that like the trick would be to kind of like stand between the spaces, and then you'd be able to avoid it that way. It didn't feel exciting enough to me. Like having like hundreds of particles just like slowly drop down. I think it adds like a more dynamic nature to the fight, especially because they linger like so much longer. Like for several seconds afterwards, you still have to contend with them, and I think that really brings out like the platforming challenge of the fight. And so the lightning ball attack, it took me the longest to come up with this attack. Originally, it was just the ice beam and the flamethrower, but I ran into a bit of an issue where let me put my drawing arm over so I can kind of point it out. Move it up here. Is that it? No? Okay. Oh, right. I have to whoopsie. Where is it? Where'd my desk arm go? Oh, there it is. Haha. Okay, so I had a bit of a problem when the only attacks that the boss had were the ice beam and the flamethrower, to where you could just like basically the safest spot to stand was right up next to it, and you could just keep attacking it and it wouldn't be able to hit you as long as you were very aggressive about staying on top of it. That still kind of happens, but now at least you have to run away when it starts charging the lightning ball. And that's the reason that I also added the roar, is because the roar pushes you back and kind of like tries to get you away from it. Because like it doesn't really have a melee attack. It's more of like a long range type of boss. So yeah, that's the purpose of the lightning ball. And if it hits you, it really hurts, which I can of course demonstrate. And of course, the third attack is the flamethrowers. It fires a spray of flamethrower projectiles that bounce all over the place. Originally, they did not bounce around. Originally, I had them go on the ground and then kind of slide along the floor, and you'd have to jump over them. But that was not threatening enough to me, so they now like bounce diagonally around the arena, and they last for about 4 seconds before disappearing. but they act as they count as regular projectiles. So you can do the thing with stasis where you make them go slow, and then you can reflect them. And of course, you can destroy these with your melee attacks. Whoopsie, I died. Actually, I don't think you can destroy them with your melee attacks. It's just that the drill spin gives you invincibility frames, so you can just kind of like crash into them that way. And just to restart again. There is another trick that I didn't even think of until it happened by accident. If there's no safe spaces, like if you see these platforms here, that you can walk under those, and then it gives you cover from them. But if you're in a position where you can't do that, or you don't have enough time to, you can do a short hop into Chronicopter and destroy the ones above you. And it's really clever. And the lightning ball cannot be reflected. I'm thinking about changing that. I'm just worried that it'll make it not threatening at all. Yeah, so you can just kind of do that. And also, since the boss jumps, it can also, by chance, it can sometimes end up on these top platforms. And it is also affected by stasis, but I added a separate like variable to enemies in the game that determines how much certain status effects affect them. So I'll reduce that for bosses. So instead of its speed being reduced to 30%, I think it's reduced to like 70% or something. So it's not quite as overpowered against bosses, but it's still quite useful. Okay, that's cool. Okay, so generally when I make boss fights, I end up making them too hard and I need to make them easier later. That was especially the case for this boss. Considering it's the first boss in the game that you would face. That's one reason that I want this boss to be relatively easy. So that's kind of why I don't mind that you can just like walk up to it and like keep attacking it and it can't really do anything except try to hit you with the lightning ball. Oh, you like the Wind Waker explosion? Yeah. I have a feeling that not every boss is going to be mechanical. And thus explode when defeated. So I think like the purple smoke cloud could be the common animation between them all, because that could apply to machines and organics. Okay, so yeah, boss was originally too hard. I want it to be easy enough that a first-time player could stand a relatively good chance of defeating it their first time around. Thank you, Mike. And the other reason for that is because, like, relatively shortly after the first stage, this boss starts becoming a regular enemy that is present in some of the regular stages. And it has to work in different contexts. And it also still has to be fightable to a decent degree when there are other enemies present. And also, higher difficulty settings are going to do more than just adjust damage values the way that they did in my past games. I want to have different enemy formations depending on the difficulty you select. And on the higher difficulty levels, you would have to fight 2 of these in the intro stage. I can demonstrate what that would be like. It's pretty intense, but I think it's still fair when you're fighting 2 armored Rangoons at the same time. So I will duplicate this fellow. Also, let me move my arm back down to the other layer. Okay, that's good. So I'm gonna duplicate you. Also, a common problem that I found myself in when I duplicate enemies is that for some reason the object references over here, it still references the original version, not the copy. So I just have to remember to click these little revert icons here, and then it will properly reference its own parts. So, predictably, when I first tried fighting two at once, it was way too hard and things got really chaotic. So I came up with a clever solution for that. If you don't attack the boss, it will take a lot longer to cycle between its attack phases. It'll just keep walking in place for longer than it otherwise would. It's not until you actually attack it past a certain point after it's been walking that it actually like starts to attack, and that is very good for multiple copies of this boss, because you can just focus on one and then you don't have to worry about the other one attacking for a little while longer, but it will still attack. Well, I will demonstrate. I will not attack them until they start attacking first, and then you'll see how long it takes them to actually, like, start using their cannons and stuff. Yeah, it takes a while. Oopsie. So, if I can get them separated, and then I start focusing on one, that one will attack a lot more frequently. Not doing very well this time, but second time's the charm. Ow. And yeah, if you weren't here for my prior dev streams, when the HUD says you're in danger, that means that you have one hit left until you're dead. You won't actually die unless you're hit while you're in danger. Okay, well, good music for it, so let's give that another try. I can use stasis on the icicles if I need to. Oopsie! Okay, let's use stasis on you. Oh, the roar pushed the other one back. Oh, it's a good thing I had that stasis field up, because that let me dodge the lightning ball. I actually have been able to beat two of them at once without taking a single hit. So it is possible. Okay, there's one down. Oh, and the space background over there was just a test I was using for scrolling textures, because I was working on shader stuff. But I figured I'd just put a window there. Okay, beating this other one should be relatively straightforward. Let's go! Oh yeah! So after I was able to do that, then I figured that the boss was in a pretty good place difficulty-wise. I think moving forward, that's going to be a good way to test the difficulty of boss battles in this game, is to try fighting them two at a time and see if I can still beat them without taking too much damage. What inspired this game? Multiple things. For one thing, during production of my last commercial project, which was Freedom Planet 2, I ended up hurting my hands really bad and developing carpal tunnel. So during that time, I just had to kind of like rest my hands and, you know, like watch like TV or YouTube or whatever. And I ended up watching a lot of hololive during that time. So I became a fan that way. And as far as like gameplay inspirations, I wanted it to like be relatively easy to tell that this is the kind of game that I would usually make, but I wanted to like kind of like swap out the Sonic similarities with more of like a Mario game. So I think this game is going to be structured more like a Mario game. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how that plays out. And as I kind of like worked on the art style for this game, like I kind of got pleasantly surprised at like how different it just like feels compared to my previous projects. Like the level design like feels a bit more sinister and imposing, you know, kind of like a Castlevania game, for example. So I almost feel like the comparison would be like Castlevania mixed with Mario. Favorite hololive VTuber? Oh, I can't pick a favorite. Oh my gosh. But I will say that like Crony would not be the protagonist if I didn't like genuinely really like her. But there's so many that I really like, especially on the English side, because that is like the language I can understand. But like I have a soft spot for Council, and also for Guild Tempest. I think the reason for that is because they're both like more lore intensive than you would expect. So it kind of got like my imagination running wild. Oh, Kiara is so good. Oh my gosh, I love her energy and the fact that like you could tell like you can tell with like every single one of their VTubers like how hard they work. And like Kiara almost like acts like kind of like in like a management position with the way that she organizes events and stuff. It's really cool. You love it when Spacey's imagination runs wild. Thank you, Alex. Subscribed. Yeah, I'm subscribed to a few of them. Can you see subscriptions? Are they public? Whatever. C++ scripting language. I have the most experience with C#. I don't really have experience with C++. I have experience with C#, a little bit with Java and JavaScript. A little bit with Lua, I believe, as well. But I think like because like the project that we just finished with, which took like 7 years, since that used C#, I think I'm most like familiar with that. But I'm rapidly gaining like a ton of familiarity with GDScript as well, which is the programming language that Godot uses. Godot also supports C# scripts, so you can code Godot games in C# if you want. Shelly, thank you for headpads. Going off my other channel for subscriptions? Interesting. You don't think subbies are public unless you use some creepy methods to find out? But yeah, what else did I want to... I have a list of things that I wanted to show off because there's a lot of them. Oh yes. There is also a new ability that I have been working on. So I will go ahead and go to the other test stage to show that off. Okay. Oh, also, last time I worked on this scene, I was finishing up this enemy. So this enemy's finished. Like, you remember when I drew it during my last dev stream? So it has two methods of attack. If you approach it from underneath, it will drop the chain balls on you. Only the shockwave hurts you, not the ball itself. Also, if you jump in front of it, it will fire a laser at you. I think it'll end up being a pretty versatile enemy. Like, I have to be pretty smart about like reusable enemies and assets for different stages, because that way I can make more stages. And since this is a Mario style game, I want to try and make like a larger number of like smaller stages as opposed to like a small number of big ones. Okay, so There is a new ability that I've been working on that I didn't show off in the boss fight, and it's this. We can rewind time specifically for ourselves now. I used a guide for it online. I forget the name of the person who made the tutorial, but it allowed me to wrap my head around the concept a lot better. And the cool thing about this is that, like, say you like drop into a pit. I still like the face planting. But yeah, like, you're like, oh no, how do I get back up? But you can rewind. Ta-da! So that makes platforming challenges in this game like a lot more approachable. Okay, so the other thing too is that when you're standing still, it doesn't measure time that you're standing still. So like that way you can kind of like think about your next move and then rewind time when you're ready. Yeah, see, it still works. I thought about making this more like Tracer's ability in Overwatch, for example, where if you rewind time after you get hit, you revert to the HP that you had before you got hit. But like in practice, I think that's just going to be way too exploitable for the kind of game that this is. So it does not heal you the way it does for like Tracer, for example. Another issue that I am currently dealing with is that depending on where you rewind to, you can effectively get a triple jump out of it. So if I do this, if I do a double jump here, notice how the top of the blade just barely reaches the bottom of that platform. Now, if I rewind time and time it properly, I will be able to gain additional height that I wouldn't otherwise. It's a little tricky to pull off, but let me see if I can do it. Yeah, see? I gained extra height, and it's even possible for me to completely clear this block and grab the golden gear by doing that, depending on how it's timed. It just feels really finicky. I think something I could do in order to prevent this is to make you lose your double jump. But like that feels a bit punishing. Like especially if you end up rewinding in midair over like a bed of spikes, for example, you would have like no way of preventing yourself from getting hurt. So that's gonna be something that I'm gonna have to think carefully about. But yeah, if I move forward a little bit, the rewind is also really good for hit and run tactics. Like I reduced the range of the arrows, obviously, so I could demonstrate this better. But I could go in, I could attack an enemy, and then before it can counterattack, I can rewind. And you're invincible during the rewind too, so it kind of acts as like a parry of sorts. You can make it so that the copter does not give you extra height after a time rewind. Oh yeah, that's a good idea. I can make it this so that specifically for Chronicopter, you don't gain height. But yeah, it works no matter what your game state is. Like if I get hit multiple times, then... Oops. So that's pretty cool. I think that's going to be pretty neat to play around with. I'm not sure how situational the ability would be. So like... I'm not sure if it should be like a core ability that you can always use, or if it should be confined to like specific, like a specific like object in a level or something. Oh, you did something in the potion seller mod that gives you like a triple jump? That's really cool. Okay, so what else did I want to show off today? Oh, right, dialog boxes. So, let's go to the hub. I better turn music off since I'm going into a level that has music in it. Well, it's just ambiance. Oh, also, I made collectible notes. They will not respawn like they do right now. And I think they will be like one-time collectible, kind of like the notes in Banjo-Kazooie, for example. And my thinking is that the like the central plot element would be like this time machine that is busted, and you have to collect the golden gears in order to fix it. And I think maybe it'd be neat if like the time machine had to be activated with a piano that you would play, and there'd be like a magical like book of sheet music that you would insert the notes that you collect into, and then once you get enough for a full stage, like Crony will like sit down and play the theme song for that stage, and then it'll allow her to transport herself to that level. But I'm still thinking about how to handle it, because like I don't know if like Crony canonically can play the piano. But it's a neat idea. Also, this dude who I said would be our test subject for dialogue actually can do dialogue now. So when you approach an NPC that you can talk to, a little chat bubble appears. And then you can actually converse with them. I always wondered something. Why do they call it oven when you oven the cold food of out hot eat the food? Please stop talking. You quickly found that move could be abused to gain infinite height. Ah!
Oh no.
Oh no. But yeah, I like the effect of collecting the notes. It feels satisfying. I think it could have like a secondary effect. Because obviously when you revisit a stage, I think there would be like transparent notes that you could still collect or something. Or maybe they would change color or something like that. And I think when you collect like a specific number of notes in the stage, it could give you like temporary invincibility. So that's how you could get like an invincibility power up. Also, something else I want to do is that I want to change like the sounds that the notes make when you pick them up, depending on the background music that's playing. So that way it would be more in sync. Even if it's just like using the same instrument that it is right now, but like changing the key of the notes to match what the song is in the background. I think that'd be fun. Okay, let me take the B. Like, I'll go back into this to the tornado level, just so like you can hear how the notes sound in combination with everything else. Yeah. So they would be kind of like the Mario coins or the Sonic rings, or basically the staple collectible. I don't know if this is going to be the song for this stage specifically, but it works for now. The stage, the layout is completely unchanged. I haven't really had time to work on this. Oh yeah, Beautiful Joe with the time powers. Yeah, like, cause Joe has, he has 3 time powers. He has slow, mock speed, and zoom. And in our case, we have stasis, and we have haste, I guess, and then the rewind. The background's crazy. Ah, thank you. Yeah, I really like how it turned out. Alright, okay, so I think the main focus of the rest of this stream is that I'm going to remake the Sanctum level, which is where the boss fight takes place. Like, it's basically the first level. But this is what it is for now, just so we have context. It hasn't changed much since last time. I just added some new enemies to it. So that is the state of this level. But the thing about it is that it was made before I conceptualized like the clockwork gimmicks in it and the chain golem enemy, for example. So what I will need to do is I want to remake it completely to where those elements are more integrated into the level design, so I can properly like introduce players to them gradually. Also, Duper, thank you for the follow. Welcome. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome through the Spicy Botticelli channel where we're making a game. This looks so rad. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really excited with how this is turning out so far. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to duplicate this scene so that we can do a comparison afterwards.
Slacks gifted a tier 1 sub to Duper.
Slacks.
They have given 60 gift subs in the channel.
Thank you so much for gifting a subby to Duper. Hope you enjoy the emotes. Okay, I think I missed a few questions upwards. Well, let me see. Is time always going to be visible, or will that be a toggle in the options? I haven't really thought about it. Like, my thinking was that when you collect a golden gear in a stage, it would record your best time with the gear. And depending on whether or not like you got under the par time, I think maybe you could get like an extra bonus or something. Like, I tend to think of things more in like, I have a habit of thinking of things in like a speedrunning sense. Because, you know, I am a fast battle. But, let me think. Hold on, I was taking a sippy. But yeah, having customizable like HUD display options, that is something that I could consider, yeah. And also depends on whether or not the game ultimately becomes widescreen or full screen. So far, I'm doing it full screen as kind of an old school throwback. But there is a benefit to making the game full screen, and I don't need to make like the close-ups in the cutscenes, for example. Like, I don't need to make those as big, like the graphics for them. Question. Oh, right, Alex, you already posted the question. Just not seeing a timer of any time can stress some people out, even if it's only going up. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I could also maybe like have an option where you can choose like whether or not you have the millisecond display. That might make it less stressful while also still allowing you to see what your current time is. So that way, if you go over the part time, you can just restart and try again. Oh yeah, like for a lot of people, like I assume Classic Sonic is to blame because they had it to where like you died after 10 minutes. Which I am personally not a fan of that sort of thing. I think it's just like a holdover from the arcade games of the day. So I was quite happy when we got to like Sonic Adventure and onwards and they did not have a time limit. Okay, so I have duplicated the Sanctum scene, so now we can just delete everything and start over. Okay, starting with the tiles. Remove those. Remove those. Okay. Moving the drop chain tiles. I think technically you could work with one tile set, but I like having multiple tile sets depending on the type of collision. So I have a tile set for solids, a tile set for one-way platforms, and then for ladders, and then one specifically for this stage for the gimmick where you can like hit switches to drop the chain platforms. Okay. Yeah, I loved, because I played Sonic and the Fallen Star yesterday, and I loved the soundtrack so much, so I had to add some of the songs to my random rotation. Okay. Okay, the objects. Okay. These are already saved as scenes elsewhere, so I think I could just... no, wait, I got an idea. I'll delete all but one of all of them. And then I'll take the single copies of all of them and put them at the same coordinates, and then we can put those in later when we feel like it. Drop chain switch, okay. Pendulums. Camera hotspot, I guess. Wheel platform, Ronan, welcome. Hope you're doing well. I like the cat paw. Now, I'm individually placing the notes as separate objects, but I think I could do a little trick with the tile maps to where I can place them like I would any tile. So I'm gonna go ahead and delete all the notes. Drop chain switch. Okay. Okay, I think that is everything unique. So I'll go ahead and move everything to the same coordinate, and then I'll just put them on the side here. It's kind of like, this is kind of like our table, and I'm putting everything in the corner of the table until I'm ready to use it. Okay, so this is our start location. So we start off with solid tiles. And I have some tiles such as the pillars here that are for decoration, but I generally save those for last. Or at least once I've figured out what I want a layout of a specific section to be. So let's... Okay, let's do this. And we'll just draw some stuff. I liked that, that entryway that we had at the start, so I'll put that here. I like the idea of the first enemy that the player faces isn't actually an enemy, but a door. So you're kind of like storming the fortress. Okay, so I'll just put this here for now. Da 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 da. Yeah, the beans. You gotta bookend the game by making the final boss also a door? Yeah, I love the tile map editor. It's such a simple and cool way to make levels. Okay, so I think the trick I can use in order to make note placement better, like easier, is that I go to the tile set setup, and then I'll add a scene collection. So I'll do like items? I guess that's what I would call it. So the scene for this will, because everything in Godot is a scene. Like the objects that you place down, they're scenes. It's very useful. So basically, like since everything is a scene, it's extremely easy to just like instantiate scenes within scenes. And it's also very easy to like go into the scenes in your files and just like modify like a scene. Like for example, if you want to change the properties of like an item, for example, and then it's applied universally across the entire game. Okay, okay, there it is. There we go. So now, through the tile map. Heck yeah! Let's go! That's gonna be way easier than the way I was doing it before. I bet we could do that to place enemies as well. And gimmicks. Yeah, okay, so I'll have a scene collection for items, like universally across the entire game, but I'll also place another scene for sanctum gimmicks. And the only downside to this, I assume, is that you can't actually modify the properties of a specific object. But it will make things easier to place down. So objects sanctum. Okay, so let me go ahead and see if I can find the gimmicks that I'm using. Okay, so the first one would be the pendulum. The second would be the wheel platform. Oh, okay, we can just drag it in. Okay, pendulum, wheel platform, and maybe the door as well. You didn't know that? You were just entranced by the game does stuff, you weren't paying attention? Ah. Yeah, Kit, this is from Pokemon Sword and Shield. Okay, so let's see what happens if we try to place a door that way. So I'll move this door out of the way. I loved this stage in Fallen Star. Okay, so... Wait. What... what layer are the scenes on? I guess there's only one way to find out. Oh, wait. No, it'll be offset too much. So... I don't think that's gonna work the way I want it to. Because I want to be able to, like, visually see where I'm placing it. I think this is better off being used for items specifically. So I'll go ahead and trash that. And I'll just focus on... This song and Frozen Fountain have been in your head on loop for the past 24 hours. Oh yeah, Frozen Fountain was really good too. So basically, if you want to add a different location in the same scene, you can use the tile sets meant for that separate location. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so I want the sanctum to be divided into like kind of like separate like rooms, even if they're not necessarily separated by a door. And then each room would individually introduce a new enemy or gimmick. And then in later rooms, it would combine those enemies and gimmicks with other enemies and gimmicks in a more hazardous way. Love to see some tutorials from me, more so on the game design, level designer side of things. Yeah, I've thought about it, like doing like a formal like tutorial. It does take some effort to like put together in terms of like making like a YouTube video, but it's something I think I would enjoy doing. Okay. Oh, and there's a line tool and a box tool, which will come very much in handy when I'm filling in like this. Yeah. So for the time being, I think in order to expedite the process of like designing different parts of the level, I think I'll just use this single block, and then I'll go back and polish it with the usual block tiles afterwards. So this part right here, I think the bell slimes would be a good first enemy to introduce. So I'll... So I'll maybe do that, and then like something like that. And then I would put like a one-way platform here. And then kind of climb upwards here. You've been learning Unity recently? Been doing the tutorials on their website? Awesome! Yeah, Unity is very powerful. And it's pretty much like the de facto like standard, like the industry standard. So like it's a good way to get like a job as like a Unity programmer, for example. Okay, this is kind of what I had before, where you kind of like snake around up here. But I think I want a little bit more vertical space to work with this time. So I'll clear this. And I think this will be good for introducing the bell slime, because the bell slime has a lunging attack. But that's less dangerous when you have the high ground. So I'll do this. And then if the player is already experienced, they can double jump and like chronocopter their way up here without having to go around and use the ladder. Yeah, let's do that. Something like that. It's a normal phrase, the high ground. Not necessarily a Star Wars reference. Don't try it, Cody. I have the high ground. Okay, so there's that. And I believe, so where would I place the ladder? Okay, I think I have an idea. I'll put the ladder here. Like right here. And then I'll have a one-way platform leading to this part. And then you can kind of go up here. Dun, dun, dun. Okay, so this is where the bell slimes would be introduced, and then over here we can introduce the wheel platforms again, just like in the last iteration of the stage. But in this room, I'll make it like a lot more open-ended. I'll make it kind of like a diagonal corridor that goes downwards, and the wheel platforms would kind of like go in that direction. So we can kind of like go this way, I guess. I'll smooth it out later. Let's add a little bit more there. D-Birch and Raiders, welcome, welcome. Hope you're doing well. Okay, so let's go here. And I think we can... I guess we could put like a little like secret up here, I guess. Or like a little incentive to kind of like experiment with your double jump. Put that there. And then, and I guess go down here. Yeah, I guess here I could put the Lancer cronies. Maybe like... Okay, maybe have like something here and then put them in like a pit. So they're less dangerous at first. And then do this. And then I'll have a wall here with some wheel platforms going up.
Slacks gifted a tier 1 sub to CPT_Fubauer. They have given 61 gifted subs.
Thank you so much for the gifted subby. Alright, let me take a sippy. What am I working on? I'm working on my hololive fan game, Project Chrono Gear. I'm redoing the first stage now that we have a few more objects to work with. Okay. Oh, I just realized. Since this wall is so narrow, I could put a wheel platform right in the middle of it. And it would work beautifully because this side would go counterclockwise. And by going counterclockwise, it's guiding you downwards on this side, but by going counterclockwise on this side, it's guiding you upwards. So, let's go back here to our pile of things. Yeah, so basically I would have like, I would place like a bunch of these that kind of like guide you downwards. But if I put this one in the middle, or like right here, or even like right here, yeah, it just kind of like guides you down. Maybe I could do it like right here instead. Yeah, I'll do that. Then I can make this one go clockwise. Yeah. And this one also go counterclockwise. The train headed for the Mystic Ruins will be departing soon. That sound clip is embedded in my brain forever. Okay, let's do one more right here. So now we do this. Maybe that's too close together, but we'll see. I'll test it at some point. You have a pug that has a habit of biting your fingers, but don't worry, he doesn't bite hard. It's more of a play bite. I'm not sure if that was a pun, but if it was, good one. Always a fan of stages with gears, lots of moving parts in general. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so that's a good introduction to that gimmick. Actually, maybe we could introduce the Switch. So, the Switch platforms. So I could set this aside. And I will carve a space right here where the player can kind of like approach a gear switch. They'll hit the gear and then they'll notice that the platform drops down. So how much do I have it drop down? So I think I need to okay, drop change switch. Okay, platform offset is the value I want. Okay, yeah, let's just put this, Okay, I'll put that there for now, and then I'll make the offset 192 since that's a multiple of 32, which is 32 is the size of my tiles. So let's draw some drop chain platforms. So 192 is, let's see, 32, 64. Oh, I better change the offset of this. So 192, 32, 64, 96, 128, 160, 192. Okay, so we want it to start like here. There we go. Yeah, I'll move this up here. Yeah, like that. Okay. So we'll introduce two gimmicks at once. So now I have to decide how I want to continue from here. Because I do want to go back down, and then when we go back up again, we can start introducing the chain golems. Yeah, Aquatone music is very chill. Okay. What haven't we introduced yet? We haven't introduced the pendulums yet, or the ballista doodles. I will go ahead and separate those real quick. Oh, right, the bell slimes. I need to place bell slimes around. Okay, right here. And I'll put one right here too, and then I will add some one-way platforms. It's very important to know how the the one-way platforms work, so it's good that we're adding some now. Okay. Okay, that probably works fine for our purposes. Okay, now we can add a ladder. Okay, so I think that's a pretty decent first room. We have you going down. You kind of have to learn how to fight the bell slime. You have to learn how to jump in order to clear this gap. Yeah, like up until this point, you did not have to jump at all. So this is for the first mandatory jump. And then you have to know how to hold up to climb ladders, and you have to know how to jump to clear the one-way platforms. Your dog Bruno has been doing that since he was a puppy. Oh, nice. Okay, I do want to add another door, I think. Do I? No, I can wait. I'll wait until we get up here. So I'll go up here. And I do want to add, just for now, I want to polish up the slopes just so that we have some to work with. Okay. So like this. Yeah, like that. Okay, now, guess I could put these here. Polish this up a little bit, because we don't have 45-degree slopes, because they're a bit finicky. Okay, that's cool. Oh, this section's gonna feel a little bit janky. That's fine. Okay, let's put this here. Solar Shark, welcome. Thank you for the follow, I appreciate that. Hope you're doing well. We're doing game dev stuff. Let's put you here. Okay, now we can kind of like put this right here. And I guess we'll do that, I guess. No, this. because like depending on how you have your tile set up, because you see right here I have these, like it's very obvious what the floor tiles are. So what I like to do is I don't like to extend the floor under the ceiling like that, because that implies that like that you can raise this somehow. So instead I will make the ceiling come down first. Just kind of speed running building this. Was the choice of engine mine? And if so, what made me jump from Unity to Godot? It was my choice. The main reason that we switched to Godot, well, I say we, but like it's really just me, because that's what I'm using now. But like, I'm not really a fan of some of the decisions that Unity has been making lately. But for any software, usually the deal breaker for me is if they pivot to like a subscription only service. And Unity seems to be heading in that direction. So, I mean, they have a free version that you can use up until your studio makes a certain amount of money per year. But the thing with that is that the amount of money your studio makes is irrespective of where that money is coming from. So, if we make a certain amount of money just in general from anything that we make, then we will be forced to buy Unity Pro, which I'm not really a fan of. It's kind of a shame because Unity is still like very powerful, but I generally tend to like the games that I make generally tend to be like, you know, like retro style 2D platformers. So like the engine I use doesn't really need to be that powerful, and Godot is like very good for 2D. So I figured might as well use Godot. More freedom that way. I think the only stipulation if you make games with Godot is that you have to mention that it was made with Godot somewhere. Yep. Kickstarters count towards it, merch counts towards it. There was a bit of a controversy with Unity a few years back where Unity got some new staff members that were a bit overzealous in enforcing the income rule. So I remember they emailed me and asked me for proof of my income. Otherwise, I would have to buy Pro. So I was like, okay, here's my receipts. But it ultimately was unnecessary because they sent an apology email later after they got like a huge amount of flack for it. Yeah, Unity was the one who did that. And like, I would still put up with it if it wasn't for the fact that Godot was making such massive strides in recent years. Like, it's like I said earlier in the stream, they have been really on a roll lately with getting so many people to help them out and contribute to the engine. It's really cool to see. Can you add 3D stuff in 2D games in Godot, like what you did Free and Plant 2? Yes, you can. The trick is to use like oh, cute plush wolf, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome. But yeah, the trick is to use like separate cameras for both the 3D and the 2D stuff. So for example, if you want a 3D object in your 2D game's background, you would like add a camera layer that would render the 3D object, and then you would put the camera layer in 2D space. At least I think that's how it works. I haven't attempted it yet. Ba, 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 ba. I'm just polishing up these edges. Like, you can see how much more time it takes when I'm going through and like actually using like the corner and wall tiles. So I definitely do recommend you just use like a single basic tile when you're just like building the layout of your level at first. Okay, that's polished up pretty well so far. So let's bring this fellow over here. Right here. Okay, I see a potential issue.
Almost a year of Spacey back.
Syntax, thank you so much for 11 months. Thank you for your support. Okay, erase. So I'm going to put a little bit of clearance here. And that way, because this enemy can't jump, so that way you can actually escape from it, and you won't have to worry about getting hit while you're trying to figure out how to activate the switch. Captain Fubar. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. I appreciate it. You can add a sub viewport with the 3D scene and either stream it as a texture on a node that supports textures, or you just use a sub viewport container to display the 3D scene correctly. Okay, that's very helpful to know. Thank you, Captain Fubar. Because I have not tried that myself, so I'm interested to see how that'll work out. I could see that being very useful for backgrounds if I want like an element to just be rendered with a 3D model. Okay, that's fine. So now, maybe the next room could introduce the pendulums? Yeah, I did actually decide to try Godot. I've been using it for the past couple months, and very impressed. Okay, moving platform. Oh right, those other enemies too. I feel like we need another enemy that kind of like stays in place. That maybe that fan enemy. I could work on that off stream. And that would also be a good way to introduce dashing to the player. Because they need to dash in order to pass through the wind effect. Okay, it's good so far. Maybe add another bell slime. Oops. Okay, there we go. And, okay. I think I have an idea of how I could handle this. So we could kind of do this and then put a pendulum right here that kind of swings back and forth. And then if the player wants, they can use it to cross a gap. Like if they know how to use stasis to slow it down. So they could kind of do this, cross the gap here, and then get a shortcut. Otherwise, they could just kind of like drop down here instead. Go down here. Yeah, that's good. That's good. Okay, trying to think of the best way to introduce the ballista doodle. Because it travels in a straight line back and forth, and it can also shoot a very fast projectile. So maybe what I could do is, oh, I don't have that shortcut set up, Captain Foobar, sorry. But I have the playlist information down right here in the marquee. Let me see. Well, first I'll get the enemy and put it down over here. I'll bring all these things over since we're getting to that point. Okay, pendulum. So I guess right here would be good, maybe. You can kind of swing up here like that. Oh, right, yeah, we're not playing a game, we're making one. Yeah, it's gonna be a platform game. It's specifically a hololive fan game. And like earlier in the stream, I showed off the boss fight, which I had just finished like a few days earlier. So that was fun. Right, so okay, I think I know how I want to pull this off. So what I'll do that, and then get my one-way tiles. Because the thing is, we want the enemy to kind of see us beyond a wall and then fire, but it won't have a chance of hurting us before we have a chance to react. But I guess the visual of the enemy actually, like you can tell what it does just by looking at it. So it's probably safe to just put them down here and call it a day. And then we kind of move ourselves down here. Oh yes, there is a paint bucket tool that I can use to fill in the tiles when I'm ready for that. That's gonna make things a lot easier. So yeah, this is just in general, this is kind of the basic process that I use for when I'm designing stages. You want to, every new concept in a stage, you want to introduce gently in its own isolated environment. Okay, so this is like a vertical section that I want to work on where it introduces the chain golems. And their first introduction is where like they're directly above you, but there's a platform, so their chain balls don't actually hit you at first. Kalawa, yeah, gotta have Wahoo. And I'll make this room have a lot of one-way platforms in it. Okay, that's good. Okay. Oh, this is perfect actually, because this enemy attacks both by dropping the chain and shooting in front of it. So by the time you've scaled the stairs, it will try to shoot you. Oopsie. Not mean to do that. I better save my progress first as well. So put it right there. I think that's about level. And also, I'm gonna shrink this. And just make it so that we got this right here. Aha. So we jump up here. Jump up here, doop, doop, doop. Guy shoots us. We jump over it because it's a very slow moving projectile. Let's give us some space to kind of like go over here and kind of like jump over it that way. And then what we want to do is kind of go back this way. What gimmick could I use for that? Carry on! Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying your stay, just doing some chill game dev stuff. I'm specifically remaking the first level of this game because I've made more stuff for it since the original layout was finished. So I want to kind of like introduce those new things more gently. You're learning by watching, so it's fun for you. Oh, I'm so glad to hear that. I don't want the player to be able to jump up here right away, so I'll do that. So then we kind of go over here, but what kind of gimmick could I use that would make that easy? Maybe, depends on how the wheel platforms work when you hit a ceiling with them. I could give it a try. Because my thinking is that this would move clockwise. No, I think it'd be too easy to bonk your head. Maybe what I could do, no, it also wouldn't sync very well with the chain golems, the way they work with their chain balls. So I'll have to rethink my strategy here. I could do just some one-way platforms up here, like this. Oh yeah, then we could walk all the way over here, hit a switch to drop those chain platforms. And then we kind of get up there. Yeah, debugging. Oh, I know what I can do. Ah, idea. It's a little mean, but I could put a gap in the floor here and then put a chain golem in that gap that we then have to deal with once we scale this part. Oh, wait, no, this is perfect. Because when we go up the stairs, it's going to detect us underneath right here and then drop the chain balls, but the platform's gonna stop us from being hurt. Yes, let's go. Okay, so then we just kind of go over here. And then at this point, I think the player will know that, okay, this room is full of chain golems, so I can just like straight up put one like right here. Yeah, developer brainstorming. And this one's positioned such that we'll have to wait for it to drop its chain ball before we can safely hop up here. And then we can go over here. Yeah, happy accidents. I love when they happen. Okay, so we go over here, we hit this switch. And then it kind of like drops down like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. Maybe no. If I drop it down and where the chain golem is, then it will actually pull the chain golem up when it goes back up. So what I'll do instead is put it right here. Maybe. Oh, I could do like this, and then put like a secret compartment up here again with some items. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, oh, wait. I could make this kind of an alternate route of sorts. Drop down here. Still have to contend with this fellow, but still. Okay, and then we destroy this door to continue. Okay, good. Okay, I'm pretty happy with the state of that section. I'll need more tiles here. Just so we can't see through the floor. Got 2 or 3 of your friends in the Freedom Planet series. Oh, awesome! It's really cool to hear. Now, of course, some quick polish work. Oopsie. I should use a line tool instead. There you go. Yeah, so like right here. Wahoo! Wahoo! Oh, Anthony, welcome. Hope you're doing well. It's kind of an interesting the contrast. Like in like Sonic games, you generally have like a rock band like singing like awesome lyrics, like like Crush 40 for example, and then here's Klonoa and he's singing his own song. It's so cute. Oh, yeah, syntax. I did initially want the phases to be randomly cycled, but I think that would have caused confusion. Like, people would wonder if like it would add too much confusion as to where their position was in the fight, because like the fight has checkpoints at certain points, so it just wouldn't work with that. Oh, Dodgers won. Nice. Love that you came back to the stream for Wahoo Stomp. Yeah. But yeah, welcome back, Alex. Ta-da. I'm quite determined to finish this first level. If not today, then then like over the weekend. Because I think at that point I can stop being coy about the existence of this project on social media. Because like the past few streams, like when I post about it on like Twitter, for example, I remind people not to tag anyone in the hololive community just yet. Because I want to have a really cool like 2-minute gameplay footage to show off. Did someone say Klonoa? Woohoo! Good thinking. You're sure I'll get a lot of excitement about it when I make it more public. Yeah, I'm really excited. I mean, like, I'm not counting my chickens before they hatch, but like, it's just a very wonderful milestone in a game's development cycle when you get far enough that you can actually like more openly share what you're working on with people. And like the end results of your labor, that is. Like basically where the game like feels like it's an actual thing that you can play. And not just like a concept or a test build or a tech demo. Okay, so door. And this is pretty interesting too, where we have to destroy the door as always, but like we can't just ignore this enemy anymore because we got a door right there. Yes, my workbench is quite wacky. Sha-da-da, sha-da, sha-da-da, 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 sha-da-da. Heard about an unused stage? Oh, yeah. There was... That's the reason that cutscene is like 15 minutes long, is because there was supposed to be a stage in the middle to split it up. But I couldn't really figure out what I wanted to do with it, and also I ran out of time, so we did not get one, unfortunately, but it's fine. Oh, wait. This pendulum is floating in midair. Ah! So I do not want that. Whoopsie. I'll move it up a little bit, and then do this. And then if the player's feeling cheeky, they can double jump up here. Clear the gap. What do I want to do? What do I want to do with dropping down here, though? I guess this would be a good opportunity to teach players how to like hold down to drop down a platform. But I think it would need to be a more isolated environment before I do that. Let's see. Yeah, that feels kind of empty. But... wait, I got an idea. Move dish over. Maybe duplicate this and move it right here. Like that. And put... okay, no, it's fine.
Nothing witty to say here, just thank you for always having chill, comfy, and overall cozy streams. It's always a treat to hop onto Twitch and see that Spacey is streaming. Thanks so much, looking forward to more months of sub.
Oh, Arctic Edge, thank you so much, that means so much to me. Like, it's something that I actively strive for, to just have, like, kind of a chill environment where we can all just hang out and play games together and make games together. And we're not just making games together, we're making memories, it turns out. So thank you so much for the 2 months, and I hope you enjoy your stay as always. That's... Verdant Rui! Thank you so much for the follow, I appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Alright, I'm gonna take a sippy real quick. Oh, Verdant, thank you for the hydrate reminder. I will take another sippy. Good stuff. Oop. I got water on my glasses. Okay, it's off. Hydrate or feel the wrath of 10 million purple Pikmin. So we can kind of go over here, I guess. Oh, I think I have an idea. Move this down here. Oopsie. I think that's the middle. No, okay, this is the middle, I think. Okay, I guess that's fine. Feel free to call you either Rui or Flint. Okay, Flint. Thank you for letting me know. You're getting there, Alex? Yeah, I hope you're up to 100% soon and you can do more DDR stuff. Oh my gosh, it's been a while since I had McDonald's. But honestly, their chicken sandwiches, I still like them. Like, as much as every time I try to go to Burger King, I get food poisoning now. Like, my stomach does not agree at Burger King anymore. McDonald's is still fine, I guess. I also still really like Wendy's and Five Guys. I think Five Guys is my favorite out of those ones. Like, in terms of, like, fast food burgers. You like their chicken sandwiches too? Even if they hurt your tum-tum? Oh, yeah. Okay. We're in a pretty good space now, to where we could make, like, one more room that combines everything. So, I think for this room, I would make it so that, I would make it so that we kind of, like, can float down into a big open space where there's, like, enemies to fight. Oopsie. Oh, don't want that. I'll just use regular tiles for now. Okay, so we'll do, like, a downward staircase. A downward staircase that has, like, these pockets here so that enemies don't, like, get away from us. Like that. And then, a bunch of H formations that kind of serve the similar purpose. Yeah, moral support is the best support. I think I missed some messages. Here's so much praise for Five Guys, but peanut allergy, so it's kind of a non-starter. Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah, I noticed the warning label that they have on their menu, where it contains like peanut oil. But yeah, I really like their fries, and I like how you can just order a small, and they'll literally give you an entire paper bag full of them. They're expensive, but it definitely like is a good way for me to kind of like indulge in my craving for burgers every now and then. Food that you once loved no longer agreeing with you does suck, and it's occurred to you too. You used to love Pringles, but now they make your stomach get upset. Yeah, I know that feeling. I'm the same way about Subway too, kind of. I think maybe it was just because the Subway that I went to the last few times was not very good, but I actually went there like a couple weeks ago on a whim, and like they completely redid the inside, and I think they got their act together because I was actually able to have a Subway sandwich and not have it upset my stomach. Although it's still kind of like, their bread still kind of tastes like paper to me in terms of like how filling it is. It's not very filling. Five Guys is great, but it puts you into that. Yeah, oh my gosh, that's a mood. I also really miss Whataburger. I used to go to Whataburger all the time with my colleagues when we exhibited at PAX South. But we haven't gone to a convention since PAX South shut down because that was like the only place that regularly invited us. But I loved going there because like I would take a trip to San Antonio and meet up with team members, and we'd get to hang out and do fun things together. And we had a tradition to where the first day of our trip, when we all arrived, we would all go to dinner at Whataburger, and then we would cap off our trip on the last day with Whataburger. Yeah, Whataburger is a fast food chain specific to Texas. You know, like it's like, what, a burger? It's so good. I love their fries. I think they have my favorite fries. Okay. I guess this is kind of okay. What's our starting height? Okay, that's our starting height. So I think we could do some more verticality. So we could kind of like hit the switch, and then do more stuff with the chain platforms. And then we'll go up high, and the area just before the boss room, I'll have like a tall vertical drop so that we can teach players about the fact that Crony can faceplant if you're not careful. So then we go all the way down here. And then from here, I think I can copy the environment from the test level. I gotta remember what dimensions it was in. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait. I think the cutscene actually is the actual dimensions of the boss arena.
What the dog doing?
What the dog doing? That was Sammy. So I'll copy. Wait, no, I won't copy it. I actually have the scene in my file list, so that's how I'll spawn it. Okay, cutscene sanctum intro. Okay. E. E. So now, okay, how do I have the value set? Turn this off, turn this on. Okay, so at the start of the cutscene, I disabled the last door so that the player isn't, like, accidentally hitting it. And then we enable the boss when we're finished. Okay, I think that's the only two specific variables that I need. So I'll take the Armored Rangoon and put that down as well. Okay, wait, I need more space. I need more, space. I need more space for the other doors. So... Still hold him like Huppy? Yeah, I'm having a sippy. I'm having multiple sippies. Ah, good stuff. But thank you for the reminder. Could have a... Oh, that's a fun idea. Have a sound redeem that sounds exactly like them barking IRL. Kind of throw me off guard. Yeah, I didn't notice it either because it just fits the chill vibe so much. So you and your friends sometimes spam E in the spam chat in your Discord server. Nice. Okay. So what we want now? I kind of want to put like eventually I'll put like a bridge here that the player lands on when they faceplant. And it's something they can't destroy or jump through, but they'll be able to lead the boss into it. And then that would be like an alternative way of defeating them. I think that would be fun, and it would take long enough that it wouldn't really be viable compared to just defeating the boss normally. Okay. So we're just going this way. Then maybe have a last line of defense with enemies here. And then we bring this down. What? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, let's do 8. 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, now this is the boss arena. Okay, so we position it so that the door is right here. We'll fill in the rest of the doors up here. Sanctum door 6, so Sanctum door 7 is the one that we disable. So enable when finished, and that will be this fellow. I want to move him before the player start location so that we appear over the boss at all times. How would I approach the aiming mechanics for a gunner type character in a free and play game? I would do something different, because like I'm not a fan of the way that he worked in the beta, and that's partly why I really did not want to like finish the DLC, because the end result will be something that I would personally not be satisfied with. I'll move this over here, because I noticed that the widths were not the same. Okay, so that's good. Now what we do is Oh, wait, that's the eraser. Never mind. Okay, here we go. Put this over here. And then we just add some one-way platforms. 2 tiles wide is fine. That's good. And then, how many spaces do I want in front of this? Okay.
What the dog doing?
What's the dog doing? It's kind of interesting the way they're barking today. They bark once, head to the window, and then they don't see anything, so they stop barking. It's kind of cute. Oh. I jinxed myself. They're both barking, so it's... You know, lately, they've both been barking because the neighbor's dog has been outside, the neighbor across the street. The neighbor has been outside working on stuff, and they bring their dog with them, and that's what's getting them going. I haven't ordered any mail, so I'm pretty sure it's not the mailman. Unless it's the mailman for the neighbors. Or unless Mama Spacey ordered something. Okay, so I think we're in a pretty good spot in terms of the layout. So what I will do is I will polish up the rest, and then we can give it our first playtest. No, yeah, nice. Ba, ba, ba. Okay, so I think only this room onwards is the one that needs polishing. Alright, so... Ugh, I freaking love this soundtrack. Such a good game. I've heard that hard mode is pretty exciting in terms of it kind of brings the difficulty on par with like a Mega Man Zero game. So I'd be up for a hard mode playthrough in the future. I'll use line for this. Right there. Gotta make sure I get all the little corner thingies. Whoopsie. Right there. Yeah, you gotta have the corner thingies. Makes it look a little nicer. Okay, that's good. More corner thingies. I like just picking one and then going to every instance where I would need to place that and just placing it. It saves me a few clicks, which is very useful for someone like me who has to be careful with their hands. You know that life? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. You're picking up what I'm putting down. Oh, I forgot those were supposed to be slopes. Oopsie. I will just get my eraser. Dun, dun, dun. Ah, ba, ba, ba. There we go. So close. So close. Yeah, I've heard this is a huge step up from Godot 3. I didn't really play Godot 3. Well, I say play, but I use Godot 3. But so much is different that like it pretty much breaks compatibility with Godot 3 games. So you'd have to like remake your game from scratch if you upgrade from Godot 3 to Godot 4. But fortunately, there are ways to make the conversion process a little easier. Move this up here. Can also copy and paste. Very useful. I think that's it, so now I just have to fill the final room with stuff. And then we'll be good to go. So what enemies do we have to play with? We gotta have some more ballista doodles, because there's only one so far. Put one here. Maybe one here. And then another one here. Let's put one of these guys here. And then, let's put a one-way platform, just so that it's not too mean. Wait, how many tiles is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I could put a platform here. The drop chain platform. Ta-da! Okay. This is the add a guy segment of the stream. Yeah. I'm a bot. That is true stream elements. Godot 4 has a converter, though there's a lot of work still needing to be done manually. Well, okay, it's good to know that there's a way to get started with the process. Gosh, Mario Galaxy music has a habit of making my eyes water a little bit. It's like an old friend that you haven't seen in a long time. But every time you get together, you kind of like relive the glory days. Maybe I can put a switch here. Okay, where's... Okay, so let's bring this guy over. Right here. Let's get another one. Put one there. Oh, I just got a really cool idea for a puzzle that would mandate the use of one of your time powers. But it would require a drop chain platform that you could not jump through. So let me just doodle it down here for you real quick. So I'm imagining I'll use this for now. Okay, okay, so, let me put a ladder there as well. And then finally, a switch. Okay, so this puzzle, to solve it, you, like, I would change the verticality of this based on what's needed, but basically, if you try to approach this normally, you'd hit the switch, climb up here, but the platform, like the solid block platform, would retract before you have a chance to get past it. So there would be a couple of techniques you could use in order to get past it. You could use stasis on the switch, and that'll make the platform raise more slowly, and that way you'll be able to clear it. Or you can use haste on yourself and outrun it. I think that'd be a pretty cool final room. How do you personally maintain... Floralope asks, how do you personally maintain that flow of motivation while doing game dev? I like to kind of like switch up when I'm doing it at any given moment if I feel burnt out. That's the cool thing about game design, is that it is comprised of many different kinds of tasks. So, for example, if I'm burnt out on level design, I will go draw something for the game instead. If I'm burnt out on drawing stuff, I will work on like a particle effect or like doing some code work. If I'm burnt out on code work, I could write some story dialogue and kind of like get my thoughts together about how I want the plot to move forward. Yeah, that sort of stuff. And like if I'm completely burnt out, then I can just like, you know, chill with some games or like watch videos on YouTube. Even if it's like videos of people like doing the same thing, because it might give me a spark of inspiration. So I hope that answers your question. So yeah, I really want to try that out. So I'll go ahead and oh, that would be a reason for these multiple doors to exist. I could just widen this specific space and then make that the puzzle room. But I'll test how the stage works first before I play around with that. Let's put 2 of these guys down. And then some bell slimes. Oh, wait, do these guys have a range? I think they do, so I could put one... Oh, wait, no, because they do collision damage. So I'm not sure if that's a smart move. Yeah. I don't think that's gonna work as well as I hope. Okay, Bell Slime, Bell Slime. Bell Slime. Okay, I think we got everything we need to actually finish the stage. I could also place some notes down. I'll go ahead and do that. Ta-da! Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's fine. Oh, I forgot to fill that in. Okay, there's that. Hold the attack button to effectively lock your shooting direction. Oh, that's not a bad idea. So, like, your default state of attack would be would be strafing. That would be a way to make things a little bit easier, especially if you don't have if you aren't able to aim up or down. Could be worth experimenting with in a different context. Put some of these guys down. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Okay, that's good. I'll put some notes up here. Couple here to incentivize going down there. Definitely some here. So like blue and Gunstar? Yeah, kind of like the fixed shot, I suppose. I'll just put some here. Okay, that's good. Okay, and then we just kind of drop down here, go to the boss. Okay. And of course I'll put pillars in the background and other background decorations eventually. Ah, Rusty, thank you. Thank you. Hope you're doing well. Hello. Okay, so, alright, let's test this. Let's test this bad boy out, shall we? Okay, I hope I set up the scenes correctly. Let me take a sippy first. Yeah, Klonoa music. Huh? I'm turning off for now, though, because the game has its own music, and I don't want them to overlap. Okay. I know that's a problem. The bell slimes are all sharing the same physics, so that is a consequence of object duplication. I don't know why it does that. It should retain just from. Okay. Also, I noticed that the sanctum doors were not were not layered properly. So. Transform. I guess I could do an order above. Would that do it? I think that was the trick. Yeah, I just have to go through every single one and click these revert buttons. I don't know why it doesn't save. Ideally, I would like it to be able to automatically detect which node is the physics body so that this doesn't happen. I know I can select all, but then it doesn't allow me to revert to the default value. See? Oh wait, my head's in the way. Ah, battle ears. But yeah, you see, like, this is the one I want to revert, but the little, like, icon for it is not there if I have multiple selected. And now it is. I wonder if there's a way through code to reset that value. So that way I could add like an editor script to do it for me. Oops. That's not... Okay, what else we got? Right, the chain golems. Okay. Okay. Bum. Those bat ears out of control. Yeah. Okay. So now that should hopefully work. Look. Okay. Okay, yeah, the physics are normal. And I will need to adjust the direction of some of these wheel platforms. Beautifully. Thanks, Rosley. Rangoon activated before the boss fight, before the boss cutscene took place, so I will need to fix that as well. Okay. I also need to fix the wheel platforms not rotating in the correct direction. So the value is if the value is positive, they will rotate clockwise. Okay. Where are you? There you are. So we need to hide you and also set your process mode to be disabled, which means that the script will not run on this entity. But I have an option in the cutscene itself that will activate it. Yeah, they're just so hyped for the fight. Yeah. Also, I should add some drop chain platforms up here so that when the player like sees the switch and hits it, they won't think that nothing happened. It'll give them some nice platforming to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, that's good. And okay, that's right there. Okay, right here. Ta-da. Oopsie. Wow. That's fine. Yeah, Mario Galaxy again. Yeah, if you're ever questioning what song is playing currently, I have it at the bottom of the screen, except when I've paused the music, of course. Okay. So now everything should be in place. All right. Take 3 and action. Whoopsie. Oh, I can just double jump to get up here. Whoopsie. Oh, you see what happened there? Like, I've coded these enemies for those who aren't here for my last stream. I programmed them so if you stand in front of them and crouch down, they aim downwards at you. So that way you're not, like, sitting ducks if you just, like, crouch in front of them. It's not enough height to faceplant, so I'll have to make this a little bit lower. Also, the music does not stop. I'll have to fix that too. Okay. Alright, I'll try it again. So I think I need to program a function to actually fade the music, but for now I'll just like stop it entirely when you enter a cutscene. Where is the cutscene script? Okay, here it is. So at the start of the scene... Okay, here we go. So it's game settings, we get the HUD because that's where the audio information is stored. And then we call stop music. I think that's what it's called. Okay. Yeah, it is stop music. Okay. Ba-ba. So what we will do... I freaking love this song too. Fallen Star is such a good soundtrack. Let's move it down by 5. Okay, gotta make sure the boss moved too. It did not. There we go. Move the one-way platforms as well. Now we go back to the solid tile map. Copy, paste. Okay. So that should be enough. To cause harm. Well, it doesn't hurt you, it just stuns you. Missed the stream yesterday, how was it? Oh, it was awesome. Oh, that reminds me, I forgot to put the VOD up on YouTube. I'll do that after the stream. By far the best Godot stream you've come across, so you'll certainly be back. Thank you, Rosalie. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and thank you so much for hanging out with us. Bye. Yeah, I beat the game with the normal ending because I only got 3 Chaos Emeralds. But if I can figure out the secret sauce to those special stages, then I can give it another try as Sonic. Because I've heard something cool happens if you get to the end with all Chaos Emeralds and get into like the true final boss fight. So many good Godot streamers. Oh yeah, I'll have to check some out myself as well. Okay. Pause. Okay, let's try this one more time. If I was lazy, I would just move the start location in front of the boss arena, but we've already seen that part. So I'll just keep speed running like the actual stage. Also, the stasis does work on the wheels. Welcome back, Moon Shadow. Hope you're doing well. This looks fire. Thank you. There we go. Now we faceplant properly. And if we really wanted to, we could rewind. Do it again. I'm never gonna get tired of that. There we go. Now the music stops properly. No, I forgot to hide it. No! I am a perfectionist. I will not stop until I get a perfect run playthrough with no glitches. Where is it? This is going to be quick, so I'm not going to turn the music back on. There we go. Once again. Okay. Take 5. And action. Excuse me, speed running here. Thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Celajon. Thank you. Welcome, welcome. Oh, I did not use Godot for that, Strider. I used, Click Team Fusion. Yes, it works, finally. Oh, the boss music doesn't play, because I don't think I properly assigned it. I got this far, I want to fight him. So, but I'll do one more run, and then, hopefully, we will finally get a glitch-free run of this stage. Sweet. Also, it doesn't spawn the golden gear when he gets destroyed, so I will have to fix that as well. Oopsie. Oh yes, Strider is correct. Hololive is a talent agency specifically for VTubers. They are kind of like their central focus is kind of like with idol singers. And with like singing talent, but not everyone in Hololive like sings regularly. Like their main focus actually is more in like video games and stuff and like Let's Plays. But yeah, this is a Hololive fan game in the sense that the main characters are like their talents specifically, with a specific focus on the English on one of the English branches known as Council. Okay, so what we want to do is we want to adjust the Armored Rangoon because I have to specify a theme song for it if I want it to actually play. Okay, so there's that. And now, under debris properties, we can choose what objects will spawn when it's destroyed. This is where we put the golden gear scene. And I think that should do it. I think we finally got a bug-free run on our hands. Might try a small-scale game project. Oh, I wish you the best of luck on that, Luigi fan. Also, I think I missed a few messages. This game just keeps getting better and better. Thank you so much. It's fun to see the influence of my previous work, but still looks like something very new too. Influenced mainly just in terms of how fluid the movement looks. Thank you, Nat. I'm really happy at how fluid I'm able to get like the player character to move. Despite this, despite the using like a tile set where like stuff is made up of boxes and 90-degree angles. It's really cool. Hadn't expected to see a game dev VTuber on your recommended Twitch streams. You're very glad. Oh, welcome, Malgrand. I have been bug testing for the first stage, and like I just finished our first boss fight too a few days ago. So I've been spending the stream rebuilding the first stage because the original version of it did not account for some of the new objects that I've been able to make since then. Still swimming in 3.5 waters. That's a good starting point, I would say. Because I've heard that 3.5 is still very versatile. Okay, so let me turn the music off and we will do take 6 this time, I believe. Alright. Speed run, go. The hitbox on the lever is a little wonky, I noticed. I'll have to play around with that. Because sometimes my sword swipes don't hit it. This is a smart placement for the ballista doodle too, because while you're destroying the door, you could get hit by the arrow, so it kind of like incentivizes you to deal with the enemy first. Same case here, except this projectile is a little less threatening. Especially since the hitbox for the sword goes behind us, so we can backhand projectiles if we get the timing like extra careful. This game looks neat. Thank you, Small Wolf. Okay, so after this cutscene ends, then the boss music should play. Yeah, like Alex knows, I don't start a project unless I can pour like everything I have into it. So I've been having a lot of fun with this the past few weeks. I think actually it's almost been a full month since I've started this, actually. Since this is technically my 4th death stream. There we go. Ow. Yeah. Well, so far, I want to get the rest of the council in the game as well, and each of them can have like stages themed after them. Let's go! And the gear is right there. Let's go! Yes! Yes, I can't believe I finished the level. Sweet! Oh. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Success!
I've made a few other levels.
We have a new
Thanks,
record!
everyone. I've started a few other levels, but like they are nowhere near finished. I'm not familiar with that, Lancelot. So I would say no. But yeah, the level that Lancelot's referring to is this one. Like, I wanted to put a different spin on an ice level, so it doesn't feel as generic, so I decided to put it in the sky with a freaking tornado in the background. Yeah, this level is very unfinished. I want to make a few more unique entities for it before I continue working on it. But I love the background, how the background looks. It's so imposing. Oops, I accidentally rewound. Currently I have rewind mapped to up plus special. Oh, Moon Shadow, that's perfectly fine with me. That's no different than somebody using like Mario or Sonic sounds on their stream. So go ahead, it's fine. No, I want to haste. I noticed that I accidentally press that most often when I'm climbing ladders, so I think I need a dedicated button for rewind. I noticed that when I pressed the pause button the first time, it didn't actually spawn the pause menu. That's weird. Thank you, Rob. Let's see. What else can I work on today? Okay, question. It looks really good. What would you do if Crony plays your game on stream? Oh my gosh. I'm not even thinking about it. Like, here's the thing. You cannot make something just in the hope that a senpai notices you. Because you're setting yourself up for massive disappointment if it doesn't happen. So I would say, like, you should expect the worst, but hope for the best. So that way you're not, like, surprised by anything, you know? Except if it's in a positive way. So, the main reason I'm making this fan game is just because, like, I really like Council and their, like, lore and stuff, and I just want to play... I just want to play like a treasure-style action game as Crony. And I know that that's not going to happen unless somebody makes it happen. And I figured I'd give it a shot, you know. Yeah, I am the producer of the Freedom Planet series. For both games, actually. So, the original Freedom Planet, I did, like, most of, like, the level design, some of the pixel art, and I collaborated with Layla Wilson on music. And I retained that role for Freedom Planet 2 as well. But like I had a lot more help on the programming side of things with the sequel. Yeah, actually good advice. Like, seriously, do not make any fan content for somebody just to get attention. Because like it's a super risky thing just in case like they don't notice it for some reason. So you gotta do it for yourself, baby. This project, that's another thing too. I would not have started this project if I could not, like I said, if I couldn't pour everything into it. So it, by default, is going to be very self-indulgent. Like, this will be a very Spacey Balotelli game, even though it's a fan game. Yeah, do it for yourself, baby. Also, Melgren, thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. But honestly, I think that's a good place to wrap up the stream for today. I had a lot of fun. I'm gonna work on some more stuff next stream. There's a specific enemy that I like started relatively recently. This little dude. So far, I only have the animations in place. So I just need the code like the wind effect. And I think this would be a good introduction to the dash mechanic in the game, because like I would program it in such a way that you can't get past it without dashing. And it's got animations, so this is the default. This is for blowing wind forward. And this is for blowing wind backwards. And it kind of like alternates directions, and the fan blades would hurt you, so it would do collision damage. I think it would make sense. Ba-ba! Nice. Okay. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Malgran. Like I based the design off of Fubuki's mascot. It's missing a tail. I'll add a tail eventually, but I think it would be a separate object. That way, it would wag independently of the animation state. When you were cheering, you had wing hands, but yeah. I have a wing form. Ta-da! Bats! Because I'm a bat though. But I have like normal waving as well. I believe the sound effects are baked into the program, unfortunately. But I believe they're up on the sounds resource, which is the same, hosted by the same people who host the Spriters resource. At least last time I checked. I can't remember if it was for that or for another game. Yeah, bat to the bone. But yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here. But thank you all so much. It was really awesome being able to share this with you all, and being able to just like share my passion for game development and teach people a few things. I hope you learned something, and at the very least, I hope that I was able to provide like a nice chill atmosphere for a few hours. And I already know what I'm gonna do next week. On Tuesday, I will be finishing my playthrough of that Mega Man fan game called Mega Man Rock Force. I will go back to a previous save file so I can get the other 4 Fusion Masters. And then on Thursday, I will be playing 30XX because that just came out and I'm really excited. If I hadn't already scheduled this stream for today, I'd be playing it today. But I'm so hyped for that. And then on Friday, I'll be playing Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. It comes out exactly on that day, so I hope that it's on the Steam store by the time I start my stream. But if not, I don't mind chatting for a few hours beforehand. Thank you all so much. And thank you all for supporting me and for cheering me on and supporting what I do. It really means a lot to me. And I hope you all have the best of weekends. And I shall see you all next week. Let me see if there's somebody we can raid. Lilac is a placeholder character. That is not up for me to decide, but I guess it's fine as long as the game isn't being sold. Decisions. Well, Dicky64 is streaming 30XX right now. So what do you say we go check it out? Okay, yeah, it's fine, Luigi. So, without further ado, I shall bid you all adieu. Thank you all so much. Bye. That's a wrap. How do I press the thing? What's happening to my mouse? Okay, there we go. Alright, bye.